What's going on, everybody? This your boy King Gabe here with the second weekly update from Miracle Productions. Yes, recording this on a lovely Saturday night there, but it's obviously Monday. But let's say you're obviously seeing this on a Monday there, and some time has passed from the time of recording this. But yeah, like I say, gotta record it and then get it to then have time to probably, especially due to some tips that I looked up about really about YouTube tips of for content creators and stuff like that of using the Premiere, which I have, and obviously I have used Premiere before and still do, but using it more often there, it's more often, especially with the big videos. I do sometimes use it for the shorts there, and sometimes I just go and upload the shorts just whenever. But yeah, the big videos I do try to use it on. But sometimes on the shorts, if I'm in a position where I can, I will do it on the shorts. But the big videos like this one, definitely Premiere. Because it definitely, one thing I learned, it gives the YouTube algorithm time to process that, and the hashtags and stuff like that. Also, another tip, definitely minimize the hashtags there, so YouTube won't be trying to process so much at once there. I try to stay within 3, and if I go over it, it's usually like 5 hashtags, and I usually don't go over 5. But most time I will try to use 3 at the minimum, and 5 be the maximum. So yeah, that way, it won't be so much for YouTube to process and easier to put your video out there. Just a little tidbit that I've been learning from other, little tidbit I learned about, content creating from other channels that's been talking about it. So yeah, just passing on there. So, another little thing with learning different tips and stuff like that, I went back to the first weekly update. Make sure if y'all hadn't seen the first weekly update, make sure before you continue with this video, you go back and watch that there. I'm gonna have the link in the description to the first update, so you guys can check that out there. Some of my shorts do have the related video to that there, so y'all can go see that, because there's some important stuff to see in there, like according to what I retitled it, the weekly update, Mercari sales, GeekCon, and the crew. In the last weekly update, the first one was talking about stuff that I put on the Mercari app, which they're still there. The Dragon Megatron, a slapper figure that doesn't have his weapon, and a couple of air conditioners. I also mentioned about the tower fans, which is shown in the video, and I kind of got a little goofy being blown away with them. But I'm probably the tower fans. One little change though. If you've been to the Mercari app and you're like, hey, where's the tower fans? That you say you were going to put up there. Well, here's an update on that. I haven't put them. I was going to put them up there, but the reason that I did not do it, because I thought about it more, and at the moment I'm trying to sell them to like people local, try to get some people I know locally around here in my area, because these things are real tall, and I would have to get like a really big box to ship them off on the Mercari app to someone, as opposed to say something like a toy or something. And I mean, I know boxes don't really cost that much, but it's they said time. Trying to. I figured I'd just save more time, and that little, every cent count, that little bit of slip by just selling it to somebody in person. They just drive up to my house, and somebody I know, like, hey, I want a tower fan, drive up to my house, and load it up in their car and everything, and they go about. I get a little something for it, and they go about the business. So that's why. But yeah, if you're definitely if you're in Shreveport area and you're watching this, hearing about this, yeah, definitely check out. Let me see if I can get it in the shot here, because it's still plugged in there. Yeah, these tower. Yeah, you see what I'm talking about, right? Yeah. Okay, now let's see. I set it on the floor, so I had to just raising it up just a little bit. I would say this. I got a ruler here. I would say, not counting this. Okay, so not counting the stand. Let's see. 2 feet. So right at an estimate of 3 feet. So yeah, I would need at least a box. If I were to ship these things off, I would need a box that's at least anywhere between 3 to 4 feet. Just to get these things in here. Just to let you guys know how tall these things are. So yeah, so I did, and another thing, yeah, make sure you definitely look at the first video. I did show how the fan works and everything. I turned it on and all that. Also, another thing I didn't mention in there, they do need a little bit of cleaning. Mostly in the vent. Yeah, it's a good thing I did get central air. Because yeah, I have no idea how. Other than like maybe with a feather duster or something like that, but yeah, that'd be pretty much it there. But at least with the central air, I know, because they when they installed it in the house, they showed how what to do with that and everything, and changing the filters and stuff like that. So yeah, that I think that's every month. So yeah, probably let's see. I got the central air installed right after Father's Day, so that was the 16th. So yeah, probably the 16th of next month, change it again, something like that. There, basically before I go on my next vacation coming up next month, or better yet, before I get with the Miracle Crew to see the Superman movie. Yeah, change it out then there. So there's that little bit of a last time on the weekly update. So little something before we go any further into today's updates. Definitely make sure you like, share, and subscribe. Definitely buy our available books that we have. I even got a short up of the Yumiko novels that are now in the library, thanks to your boy EJ the Supreme, because he works down there at the branch right down the street from me. And yeah, matter of fact, I remember when he first put the order in for him to get them to the library. For the library, of course. Yeah, cause he called me up like, hey, how do I get your books? We're gonna get them in the library. So yeah, so shout out to him for doing that. Anybody in the Shreveport area, I'm not sure if I want to get these Yumiko books on. I don't know about that. Hey, check in the Shreveport area. Check them out in the library. Oh, these are pretty interesting. Okay. Hey Gabe, let me get some now. So, yeah, trust me, a lot of books I have definitely seen in the library and went back and bought them later. If not right away, I bought them later on. Books like some of the books to name off the back of my head. Sharon Creech's books, Absolutely Normal Chaos and Walk Two Moons, real good readers back in middle school. Bought them. A book called Judy Blume books, like Tales of a Fourth Grade Nothing and Super Fudge, and from high school, a book called We Fall Down. Yeah, it was that book. So yeah, and there's some others that I did that I've gotten there, but yeah, I do know I've read. Matter of fact, We Fall Down, I read that in my class read that there. So it wasn't just in the library. We was reading that book in class. So yeah, there was that. So yeah, definitely get our available books. They're in the library. Also, definitely support us on Patreon, just like the Iceman Universe does, and also give him some support as well on Patreon. You can see full length reactions of his Hey Arnold, One Piece, Naruto, and Ed Nettie reactions, and also definitely support the Miracle Crew. Big Sis Casey, Queen Tina, and EJ the Supreme. And also hang out with us in the live streams, Discord, Facebook, and Sally does himself on that Macari app. And also there's going to be something mentioned about the live streams in this update as well. So now let's get into it there. So first off, with the live streams, I looked at my work schedule for this week. Well, I know I'm recording this Saturday night, but for you that's watching it on Monday, I looked at it for this week before I started recording this, and yeah, I got one night that I have to close, which really kind of sucks. 12 p.m. to 8 p.m. I mean, say, well, that's not so late, but it does cut into doing a live stream. If you know me and EJ the Supreme, we do our live stream whenever we get on here to do our live stream. It's at 8 o'clock, the normal time. He usually, whenever he's able to, his is usually Monday and Friday. Sometime maybe on other days, if depending on what's going on his end. In my case, my usual normal days are Tuesday through Thursday, and the time that both of us come on here is 8 p.m. So yeah, that kind of cuts into that there. So yeah, there probably will not be so obviously there won't be a live stream Tuesday. Wednesday, I do plan to get back on here for the Bible reading to get, like I said, I took my week off. So I do plan on giving you guys the Bible reading live stream Wednesday. I gotta look up where I'm at in Exodus there. Matter of fact, I can do that right now. Let's see where. Okay. So last time I read chapters 29 to 32. So I'm going to be picking up from chapter 33. And probably, let's see, it was 29, 31. So probably, as of the Bible readings, more than likely it's going to be like anywhere from 3 to 5 chapters. Yeah, 3 is the minimum, 5 is the maximum. Reason why, because like I said, I think at one time I was trying to read like 8 chapters, and yeah, that really took a toll on my energy. Sort of like with the Heroes of Dream books. Remember when I did book number 5? I got through that in 2 parts, part 5A and part 5B. But the reason why it was split like that was to try to not only just so much shorten the time of the live streams, so it won't be so long, just like how EJ's doing, but also, yeah, energy wise, which, yeah, that's part of, because, yeah, you get past that hour mark, yeah, and especially in my case, because I'm reading books, doing book readings there in these live streams lately, it can take a toll. I do like doing it, don't get me wrong, I enjoy doing it, but, guys gotta have some rest, so, yeah, and always, and then another thing about storytelling, they always say, leave the reader wanting more, so, that's kind of an advantage of that there, leave y'all wanting more, because then it's like, oh, no, I want to continue, I will be right back, so, almost like coming back from a commercial break, or putting to be continued with a cliffhanger in a TV show, so, yeah, so just like how I had to shorten with my book readings in order so that way I wouldn't be falling asleep in the live stream or nothing like that, I did the same with the Bible reading, yeah, because like I say, reading in general, regardless of what you're reading, is a with the Bible or any book in general, it's enjoyable, it's fun to do, but it does take a toll on you there, and then like even right now doing these videos, because talking a lot, yeah, that does take it. Picking energy. So yeah, that's energy too. So yeah, just like I have to use my physical energy on the job, I'm using my verbal energy with you guys. So yeah, I gotta say, so yeah, there's that. So yeah, the Bible reading will definitely commence Wednesday. It's possible. Yeah, I think it's possible I would do a live stream Thursday. But I'm not completely sure if it's going to be the first half of book 6 yet. I kind of like to be able to do both parts in the week, like one part Tuesday and one part Thursday. So yeah, it might possibly be, or there is a chance I might still take a chance of doing the first half Thursday night, and if all goes well, I might be able to give you guys a makeup stream for Tuesday on Saturday. It's a possibility. All depends on my schedule. I have to check it Friday when we get our schedule from my day job from Kroger. We get our schedule every Friday, so I gotta check that out. And if it depends on what's coming up, from Sunday of next week. It depends on what because Sunday comes after Saturday. All depends on that leading on to the rest of the week. I might possibly be able to give y'all a stream, to make a makeup stream on Saturday, which will probably cause me to have to record my weekly update that following Sunday. Yeah, like I say, usually I record them on Saturday night there, or just Saturday in general. But yeah, I might push the recording the weekly update on Sunday and try to get it where it can still come to you guys that very next day, Monday, as usual. Or either if it be a little bit late, the latest usually, I try not to be too late, like on into Wednesday, but latest would be like, I would say early Tuesday morning at the most. But yeah, I would try to get it to y'all no later than Monday. But if I run a little late, it's usually gonna be early Tuesday morning there. So yeah, but hopefully if I get it, hopefully I get it to y'all Monday, where I can maybe have it come up, premiere, like say around maybe in the evening time, like 6 o'clock or something like that. And the reason I say that, just in case EJ comes up, and says, "Hey, I'm doing a live stream today," which will be his usual time, 8 o'clock. So that way, it won't interfere with that. You can see the weekly update and then go right over to his channel to see his live stream. So yeah, we got to be kind of looking out to make sure we don't collide with our our streams and stuff like that. We keep in contact, and like, hey, I'm streaming tonight. So yeah, otherwise it'd be like two trains about to crash into each other. So yeah, that's what you can look for the updates there. As for for today's weekly update, we got like I said, so that's the live streams coming up. So let's get into the meat of today's weekly update. Let's talk about Superman. Oh yes, I said it, Superman. The current movie that's coming up. I've been watching. I've seen the recent trailer. I've seen trailers before it. Of course, there was also the very first trailer. The one I think the first trailer was the one that had that showed Crypto. You know, when he fell in the kind of the near the Fortress of Solitude, and he told Crypto to take me home. If not, we did. If that wasn't the first one, we did. I do remember, but I do remember one with Crypto, because I know that one. EJ and I were talking about it, and he did a live. And matter of fact, he did 2 live streams on it. One of the live streams, I actually came by his house, and we were both reacting to the trailer and talking about it. We said, Crypto, take me home, and what we thought was going to happen and everything. So now these recent trailers have come out, and the most recent one has a interview with Lois Lane. Well, actually, Lois Lane interviewing Clark Kent as Superman. Like, let's go, Klondike. Okay, Superman. And if you guys have also been tuning into the channel, you would notice I had a short up with the music from the Batman Superman Adventure theme from the 90s, with footage from the different trailers, mostly from the recent one with Lois and Superman there. And if you look carefully, you're like, well, wait, Superman look kind of different in this, and so does Lois. Those were, I dubbed in the faces of EJ and Big Sis Casey, as like EJ as Superman and Big Sis Casey as Lois. They did, and they did see it. Matter of fact, I asked them before I did that. It was like, yeah, go ahead. It was like, oh man, this is cool, man. And of course, EJ was talking about how I got hair. Yeah. So that was that. So what I want to talk about is weekly up. What I think is going to come up in the Superman movie before it comes out and everything, because it's going to be not. I mean, first thing, you might think that it would come out on the 4th, but it's actually going to be the week after the 4th of July. Pretty surprising, but however, I think EJ is going to go see it when it comes out, because I know he's really excited to see it, and plus it's going to be his birthday and everything. And of course, as I mentioned in the first update, due to my work schedule, all of us, him, Big Sis Casey, me, and Queen Tina, all of us are going to gather. Not when it premiered. That's when we were all planning to go when it premiered, but work schedule. So he's going to see it when it premieres, but then he's going to see it again with us, a little late, sort of a belated birthday, on the, let me double check my date here. Going to see it on the 19th. Yeah, I'm going to go see it on the 19th, right before I go on a little vacation of mine there to take care of some things. But we're going to see it that 19th, right before that Saturday, all together, and then come back here and record us, like Lois with the interview, record ourselves talking about the movie after seeing it. If you think anything I'm about to say right now is going to that might possibly be in the movie, and you're like, well, I don't want to take a chance of getting spoiled, like he say something and it end up actually happening in the movie. Hey, you can like I say, you just I guess see this video after the movie comes out there, because that's basically what today's update is going to the rest of this video is going to be, along with a few other things. But yeah, pretty much Superman. So yeah, anyway, so dive right into it. Based on the trailers, especially the recent one, okay, so you got Lois. She was interviewing Superman, talking about how the president wanted to confirm with him. Um, it's a possibility that Lex is the president because remember in Justice League series, actually Justice League Unlimited, Lex actually actually ran for president, and also in another universe in the Justice League series, Lex was president, and of course Superman unalived him in that the Justice Lords. So for this movie, it could possibly be Lex as president. I kind of doubt. I would say a 50-50% chance that president. I know he's going to be running his company and everything, LexCorp. For some reason, they got Luthor on the building. I don't know why, but it's technically LexCorp. But okay, it's a little minor nitpick there. So I know he's running his company, but it's a 50-50 chance that he could also be the president there because he seemed like he got quite a bit of power. Which I mean that's technical for Lex, but yeah, I mean there's a scene in the trailer of him just busting into the Fortress of Solitude with some look like I guess they got androids with him or something like that because they had like these little buzzsaw hands and stuff like that. Then there's the scene of Superman fighting what looks like some kind of monster, like a dragon or something. Pretty, yeah. Like I say, I'm really interested to see what all is going on here. Cause I mean, they got some. Yeah, they're starting off with quite a bang here. Yeah, this is like. Then you got Hawkgirl and Guy Gardner Green Lantern. First time that we've ever seen either one of them on the big screen or even in live action media. Hawkgirl, of course, and yeah, of all the lanterns, yeah, we've seen Hal Jordan in live action, played by Ryan Reynolds. Didn't quite do so well. It was an okay movie. I actually watched the movie for myself. I think I may have watched it with Christina. I don't really think it's a bad movie. The only thing I would say as a criticism toward it is I think maybe they shouldn't have started off with Parallax there because that seemed kind of like something you would build up to maybe like maybe if you made just say if there was a trilogy or something like that, maybe like in the third Green Lantern movie or something. Not the first one. I would say maybe since you had this connection between him and Sinestro, why not maybe he face off with him in the first movie. After Sinestro be his teacher, but then or maybe Star Sapphire, which was supposed to be Hal Jordan's girlfriend Carol. Maybe something have something happen that makes her turn to the dark side, and yeah, it would be a pretty emotional thing and probably be a real big test of of this whole thing with willpower and everything. Then the second movie, Sinestro, be sort of like how in Doctor Strange, he was the guy that friend of his, Mordo. All of a sudden, at the end of the movie, it was like too many sorcerers. So then next movie he was evil, which we pretty predictable. So yeah, you have Sinestro for the second movie, and then the third movie, Parallax. Yeah, but that was the only thing. Yeah, maybe yeah. They may have. I mean, it was still like I say, it was a decent movie, but yeah, maybe it started off a little. Yeah, maybe the big guy should have been saved for a later movie. Also, maybe another criticism was, yeah, you built up Hal Jordan, but they did kind of, I think there was too much focus that wasn't on Hal Jordan at times. So, yeah, that was just that. Just, a little constructive criticism, but overall, like I say, it wasn't a terrible movie, and I was still, you never seen the Green Lantern movie. Yeah, go check it out. Yeah, see what you think. So yeah, so we had Hal Jordan in that one, and we never got Jon Stewart in a live action movie, but we have seen him in the animated series of the Justice League, the cool Green Lantern. So it would be nice to see him, but I think they're going to they're going to that we might see him in later projects of James Gunn's DC universe. So okay, let's see about that. And yeah, Guy Gardner. Actually, okay, interested to see what he does there. You know what he's gonna be like. This could also, you know what? Actually, the fact that it's Guy Gardner, this actually could make a lot of sense of his outfit too. Like I've heard, like they're working like when they showed them on set and everything. There were like pictures of them on set and stuff. And it was like, what is up with that costume? That's not Green Lantern. No, 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 no. But I think there might be a reason for that. Okay, technically, I know Green Lantern's costume is supposed to be a light construct. Thus, for like he sort of can morph it on and off. But I think in Guy Gardner's case, what I think the deal, he might. I mean, I'm not saying he doesn't have the power of the lanterns, but maybe maybe he. Because I think there was word that him and Hawkgirl are working for some type of company. It's not LexCorp, but it's some other company they're working for. So it could have something to do with that there. And yeah, I actually. In my opinion, I think it kind of makes sense with Guy Gardner. Now I have to confirm my opinion on that when I see the movie, but yeah, I think it kind of makes sense with Guy Gardner, and maybe other lanterns like Hal Jordan and Jon Stewart probably would have some better costumes and everything. So maybe Guy Gardner is like, maybe because he's owns, maybe he's the underdog of the lanterns there, probably like the on a lower level than Hal and John. So yeah, it could that could have something to do with it there. So maybe yeah. So we'll see. So we'll see how this works. We'll see what they got going for the brother. Interested to see Hawkgirl. Don't really know what much that they're gonna do with her. Maybe that monster we saw might be something from her. Maybe something that came from her world or something. You never know. Could be. As with now of course like we had the scene with Superman and Crypto. Also, Superman and Crypto, the robots and stuff like that. With the Lois when she was talking, like he's talking about how, I say people were going to die. Yeah, so yeah, so obviously, we're sort of. I'm gonna say that maybe Superman has been around for a while, but not too long. But definitely not day one. So, my guess is that the movie is going to probably start off with that interview, probably, and either it's going to start with the interview, or it's going to just start like maybe right in the action of something, like maybe when that war he was talking about, maybe he stopped that or something like that, or it might start with the interview and what I'm thinking. You remember Man of Steel? How they tried to how they the way they did their storytelling. They had they sort of were doing like like you saw him as an adult already, and then you kept flashing back to different parts of his life in the past. There, we might get something like that. That's what I'm thinking is going. How they're going to do that there. So yeah, it's probably gonna be like it's gonna start off like probably in the middle of some battle or something, or the interview, and then we start gonna get flashbacks and stuff, or like earlier today or something like that. Something like that, yeah. Of course, there is. I know people have mentioned about the costume. Like, it's not. I don't think it's too bad, but yeah. But yeah, we've had different opinions about the costume. One thing I know, I was actually talking to somebody at work about this, and it's like, yeah, what do you think about the costume? Or I think I was talking to EJ about this. And I mentioned that I heard from, not sure where exactly I heard this from, but yeah, according to the comics, like way back in the day, Superman's costume was made by his mother. So this could explain somewhat the design that they're doing here. It could, yeah. I mean, if his mama made it, yeah, she probably wanted him give him a little breathing room. That also explains the scene. I polished your boots. Yeah, I'll go get them for you. So, yeah, so there's that. So yeah, it's probably because of that. And there could be some other explanation of like, especially like how she made it and stuff like that. A little bit, not a whole lot of detail, but I mean, just like a little bit. Even if they don't come out and say it, like maybe a visual or something like that. So yeah, maybe there might be a flashback of her, making the costume there. So yeah, there's that, and then there's also the point where Superman, falling at some points. He had one of the civilians helped him back up, back into the fight and stuff, or why he got damaged the way he did in a few scenes of the trailers. Probably if he's just starting out, like, again, not day one of his thing, but if he's, like he's young, sort of like, remember like Robert Pattinson Batman, the movie pretty much took place, he had been doing it for, this was like year 2 actually, they sort of made it like year 1, but this is actually more like year 2, because I get, in year 1, he was getting together, what he was going to do, and probably even how his costume was. So year 2, he got the Batman costume on, Commissioner Gordon was on his side and everything, but the police were still getting used to Batman and everything. So maybe with Superman, yeah, I'm thinking it's something similar to that. Something along in the lines of, something keep coming up on me. Let's say, along in the lines of that there. So yeah, that's probably, so that could explain, why some of the people are the way they are and divided about him. We sort of got that in Man of Steel a little bit, but I think it's gonna be done a little bit better in this movie. Like I say, and as EJ say, it's definitely more colorful. Yeah, brighter. So it definitely has won a lot of points for that. And as far as, like I say, with the crowd being divided about Superman, it seemed like he just starting off. Yeah, that's not a bad thing to have there. If he's just, like I say, he's kind of like people getting used to him and everything. So yeah, sort of like the Spider-Man scenario. At the beginning, yeah, this actually kind of makes sense. And Lex Luthor, boy, Lex Luthor's gonna be pretty brutal in this movie, from what I've heard. It would be, I really wish that we could have, I don't know if it would have worked in this movie, but I think it actually could have worked if we had got Clancy Brown, the guy who did the voice of Lex Luthor in the Superman animated series. The one that sounded like this. I don't know what you've heard of Superman, but I can tell you what I do know, and what you can prove, and that's nothing. You see, I own about half of this company. Half of everybody in the city works for me, whether they know it or not. Say something. So, yeah, kind of wish we had that guy. I mean, he had the voice down. Only thing you had to do, I think he's, matter of fact, I know I've shown him in a short before. I might even repost it on Facebook or something like that. There, Clancy Brown. Yeah. So, but yeah, this is what I think this is what he looks like now. Only thing, yeah, he is a bit up in age and everything. Matter of fact, he is 66 years old. Interesting. But I think he still could have worked there. That's another picture of him there. Yeah, basically, if you just shave his head and his beard and everything, it could still work. Have your Lex Luthor. That's as of course he's not young or anything, but yeah, he could still have that charm. Like what because you take it worked for Samuel Jackson. Let's see. Samuel Jackson, 76 right now. And this year is what, 2025. And remember, Iron Man aired in 2008, which was 17 years ago. So, yeah, he was 59 going on 60 when he showed up in the first Iron Man, and still kept going despite the age that he was. So yeah, if Samuel Jackson can do it, why not? Why not get Clancy Brown? Got the voice. But like I say, okay, I guess they want to, young Lex Luthor. Okay, so they say his performance he's going to be a pretty mean Lex. So okay, we'll see what he got. See what he got to the table. And let's see anything else based off the trailers. Matter of fact, I'm gonna actually let me bring up the trailer now. I'm gonna have to turn the sound down so I don't get copyright. Ooh, She-Hulk. Ooh. Okay, I'll have to look. Okay, I'll have to look at that later. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I'll look at that. I'll take a look at that later. So, okay, Superman trailer. Superman trailer, yeah. Okay, let's see. I think this is the. And it looked like Tim's starting to react to the Superman movies. Okay, this is the one with the interview. Okay. Alright, so let's see, let me put the caption on so I can know what they're saying. Let's do it, Cronkite. Superman. Miss Lane. Recently you've come under a lot of fire. A lot. Ow. Today, the Secretary of Defense said he was going to look into your actions. You think that's funny? My actions? I stopped the war. Maybe I did. You allegedly entered the country. Is that how you're going to be? I'm not the one who's being entered, Superman. Did you consult with the president? You seemingly acting as a I wasn't representing anyone except for me. Doing so, yeah. So yeah, it's like people were going to die. So yeah, definitely. There's a thing of him, as he say, he stopped the war. So we got that scene. He flies up, eyes up here. Fortress of Solitude. Yeah, see, that's what I was. Yeah, these gotta be some android people or something there, 'cause they got these spinny blade things and everything, and they just along with Lex, just bust right into the Fortress of Solitude. He just saved somebody else. Then got a scene with him when Paul Kent. Got Mr. Terrific. Mr. Terrific's gonna be in there. And yeah, look. Oh my goodness. Yeah, he's in. Yes, it's like I think they're kind of the fact that you got a Guy Gardner Green Lantern, Lex screaming, I cleaned your boots. The fact you got Guy Gardner Guy Gardner Green Lantern, and Hawkgirl and Mr. Terrific. Yeah, you kind of got a slight Justice League set up here. And then of course we're gonna have, and then according to what's been said, there is development on a Wonder Woman and Batman movie in the future. A Batman movie, they're actually bouncing around with that. There's some word out there that they're trying to put the Robert Pattinson Batman into the James Gunn universe somehow. And then you got word that they're, having a brand new Batman for this main universe, and the Robert Pattinson Batman is just going to be like an Elseworlds movie. Yeah. So I don't know. The only way we'll know for sure is when, when it's actually confirmed in the movie lineups there. So yeah. And then also there's supposed to be a Supergirl movie, Woman of Tomorrow. But I think Supergirl movie, and I think the villain is supposed to be Lobo. So yeah, as like I say, so yeah, it's definitely seemed like there's a Justice League set up in the works already. Of course, I know it'll be a while before you get to that movie. And I definitely, I know with Marvel they did Iron Man, Iron Man 2, Hulk, Thor, and Captain America. From 2008 they started off with Iron Man. Then 2012 came Avengers because they did Iron Man and Hulk in 2008. 2010 they did Iron Man 2. And 2011 they did both Thor and Captain America there. So and then Avengers in 2012. So yeah. So yeah, it's probably, let's see, that was like what and Hulk, Captain. That was 5 movies before the Avengers movie, making a total of 6 movies. So yeah, I kind of can see what might possibly come up. So you got a Superman movie, a Batman, a Wonder Woman, Supergirl. So I don't know what another movie might be. I think there's gonna be like some animated series and stuff like that, like with the Green Lantern, the Lanterns and stuff like that. So yeah. So yeah, definitely I'm seeing it's definitely a Justice League build up. But like I say, yeah, definitely make sure the movies are good though. Yeah, we definitely want some good movies. However you're going to whatever's going to be done, make it good. That's pretty much all I can think of what what might possibly be coming in this movie and everything. So, and also it kind of gave me some ideas with my fan fiction of the Superman in my fan fiction. Of course, being a teenager, meeting up with another Superman from another universe. So yeah, it's kind of an idea that's come to my head there. Also, I've kind of gotten some ideas. Like I said, I hadn't not enough to like start writing it out yet, and then plus finish up my my play. Almost done with that. So So yeah, but I did while I was at work today. Some ideas of Hokara came to me. The of my Hokara series of things that how she come to be and everything. Little 8-year-old girl that becomes kind of a She-Hulk but calls herself Hokara instead. So yeah. Uh, so there. So yeah, there's gonna be that there. Uh, so yeah, that's gonna be that coming up, and I think that's pretty much it for this weekly update. Like I say, basically about Superman in this one of what I think is gonna be coming up. I've already mentioned a few other things, so yeah. Yeah, like I said, I'm almost done with the play that's I'm writing for September. The final draft of the play, so I can kind of have some discussions with kind of get it proofed and everything, and then have some discussions with with Sherry Gray about it and everything, and gonna go from there. Get it prepped up with the play and everything, and what all we need and stuff like that. So there's definitely that. I already know that. Just a reminder, the crew we're still planning to meet up for watching and reviewing the Superman movie, and also plan to meet up again for GeekCon, just to hang out and have a good time there. And also, like I say, hopefully we're able to do this, another movie review, but it won't be from a movie that's in the theaters. We're hoping that we can get together, sort of like a finale of the year for Halloween, or at least kind of close to Halloween. Maybe not exactly on Halloween, but kind of close to it, where we can talk about the first live action Scooby-Doo movie. So yeah, that's something that is talk about. Yeah, like I said, we'll keep you updated on that. As it get closer, and if that's gonna happen or not. So, as well as also Bubblina, gonna try to get that where it can be published soon. There, probably at some point around the time, shortly after the play is released and everything. Maybe probably before it might get published before it, and then like probably be able to put more talk and promotion about it after the play is complete and everything, and it'll be where like, hey, I'm here, talk about me now, Bubblina. And then be starting to work on the fourth Yumiko novel, and and then when the holidays come, Thanksgiving, Christmas, I can take a break from us writing our published books, to work some more on fan fictions while enjoying the holidays. So yeah, that's what's in the plan coming up there. Definitely keep y'all updated on that, as well as also having a good 4th of July. Let's see. Whoa! Lord have mercy. Oh boy, that's a big bug there. Okay, so it would come while I'm trying to make this video. So we're gonna try to wrap this up. Hate when this happens there. We're gonna wrap this up. Big bug and trying to crash the party. So like I say, definitely like, share, subscribe, hit us up, definitely get our available books, support us on Patreon, just like Iceman Universe, and support him as well to see all his reactions, full link. And also definitely support the Miracle crew, Big Sis Casey, Queen Tina, and EJ the Supreme, And also, definitely hang out with us on Facebook, Discord, and the McCary, and the live streams. And let's tell each other stuff on that McCary app. And with all that said, we'll see y'all in the next video. Y'all take care, everybody.